We're going to look today at coordinating the flexors. Now this is a powerful process to really actually counterintuitively release tension from the front of the body. And the better we can get these flexor muscles along the front of the body working together, the more efficient they get, the better they can stabilize our spine, and they can actually reduce excess tone in the extensors on the back of the body. So we're going to go through this process on the floor. You'll need a mat for this one. Any way to make yourself comfortable down on the floor. And we'll look at how we can get these flexor muscles working a little better together. So for this process of coordinating the flexors, our pre-test is going to be lying flat on the floor, lying comfortably, and just trying to raise the head to look at the feet. And you could go through this a few times here. Again, this is our pre-test. This is our baseline. And notice any strain in the movement as you do this. Do you have to really, really strain the neck? Do you have to almost lift yourself by your jaw? Do any ribs feel like they move as you start to look at the feet? And you could go through this as many times as you need to get a clear idea of your baseline. Now, once you have your baseline in mind, we're going to bring the right hand behind the head, and the left hand is going to grab the right knee. Now here, we're going to start to use that right hand to lift the head, almost bringing the elbow and knee closer together. Now, we're not trying to make them touch. We're just bringing them a comfortable distance together and letting them fall back out. And go through this process many, many times, maybe 25 times here. Again, it's not an exercise. This is an exploration. Maybe see if it helps to look in different places as you raise the head, maybe looking out towards the right side or towards the left. And notice what parts of the body start to peel away from the ground first as you do this. Do the shapes of your spinal curves change as you move in and out of this position? Again, bring a lot of awareness here. Notice what parts of the body have to engage to make this movement happen. So again, you might go through this up to 25 times. It should be slow, easy, and deliberate. And then we're going to switch our legs so that the left hand is now grabbing the left knee. And so we're flexing in a slightly different pattern here. Bringing that elbow and knee comfortable distance together across the body. Coming in toward our midline a little bit more. And again, does it change the movement when you look out towards one side or the other? Does the movement become easier when you look up toward the ceiling or down toward your foot? And does your sensation of this movement change as opposed to when you were grabbing the opposite knee? Do different parts of the body peel off the floor in a different fashion? Again, you might go through this up to 25 times as well. And it sounds like a lot, but again, we're not thinking exercise, we're thinking exploring. This is a chance to better move within your own body. So after you've explored this pattern, go ahead and take a pause, lengthening the legs out again, and perhaps noticing any differences here, maybe in where your weight falls on the mat, maybe the shapes of the spinal curves. And then we're going to explore the opposite hand, bringing the left hand behind the head and grabbing for the left knee with the right hand. And we'll repeat that process again up to 25 times. Now, is there a difference left versus right in your body? That's a key distinction to be aware of. And again, we're not bringing judgment to this process or to any differing sensations. We just want to be a casual observer of our own body in motion. Now through this process, we're really synchronizing all of the flexors of the front of the body, from the neck, through the rectus abdominis, all the way down to the hip flexors. Moving gently, comfortably through this movement as many times as you need. Probably more than you think, though. And then we can switch knees, using the right hand to hold the right knee in place, as we coordinate our flexors in this pattern. Again, coming almost in a contralateral movement, bringing opposite sides together, not forcing into any preconceived end range. Using this time to sense any differences in the movement here. Do the curves of the low back change as you go through this movement? Do your lower ribs make more contact with the ground as you come into it? And does your order of peeling away from the mat change? Now, once you've gone through that process, you can pause and lengthen back out, taking a breather whenever you need. And then the next step is to bring both hands behind the head and raise both knees up. And see if we can find a full body flexion here. Again, these are not sit-ups. We're just seeing if we can bring those elbows and knees a little closer together. Finding a nice, harmonious interaction through the whole front of the body. The more we dip into this tension here, somewhat counterintuitively, the more we can find release throughout the day. So you might try this process another 25 times and really sense what has to happen here. Do you lose the curve onto the low back to come into this movement? Or is it easier to keep that curve intact? Again, does it make a difference where you look? Up towards the ceiling, down toward your feet? So explore that variation as well. And give yourself a pause again. And when you're ready, we're going to check back in with our original test and just raise the head to look at the feet. And wow, that feels very different to me, but does it feel different to you in your body? Do different parts of the body work together to raise you up? Do you notice a more equal distribution of effort to look towards your feet? These are all good things to keep in mind. Do you notice a shift in weight or in where you hold tension? So this is our chance to coordinate the flexors. And it is a powerful process, one you could do first thing in the morning, right before bed. It's not very involved, as you can see, but it has powerful effects throughout the body. So give this one a try, and I hope you enjoy it. We'll talk soon.